All right, man. Let's talk about the Lions trading up to number 8 inside the top 10. I talked about them possibly trading up. Somebody put a scenario together. Let's talk about it. Check out Detroit Lions top playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Lions trade up to the number 8 spot in the 2025 draft and a surprise projected trade. And nobody can project the NFL draft. We know it, you know it, she know it, they know. Everybody know it. So you really can't, predict these things, man. And at the same time, um, yeah, I haven't read it, but I've already talked about it. Obviously, if they're gonna move up for a guy they really, 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 really like, um, quite frankly, it's probably going to cost. But it says the Detroit Lions have largely excellent roster and has helped propel them into two consecutive NFC North titles and set themselves up for a continual deep run in the postseason, which is nothing that's promised. While that hasn't resulted in an ultimate goal hosting the Lombardi Trophy, the Lions are clearly in contention each year. That said, they're one or two big steps away from truly contending. One potential option to closing the frustrating gap could be make a big trade ahead of the 2025 draft in a couple of weeks. The new projected deal sees them moving with the Carolina Panthers, number 8, to snag either perfect partner for Aiden Hudson or offensive weapon to keep an already stellar playmaking cast. So, I mean, they get the number 8 spot. They give up a first this year, a third this year, and a potential first next year. Now, at the end of the day, this looks like a trade that would land you Miles Garrett. And there was rumors that they were interested in landing Miles Garrett, but looks like the trade that will end up landing you Miles Garrett, in my opinion. That should look like to me. And if you're moving up to 8, I don't know all the prospects. Um, yeah, I don't know all the prospects in this draft, but that dude from Penn State is the only one, for what I understand, is worth moving up into the 8 spot. From what I understand, he's only one worth moving up that way. I mean, if you can get Travis Hunter, yeah, obviously the Lions love versatility. You see it with Vaki, you see it with a couple of offensive linemen, Graham Glasgow. You know what I'm saying? They do love the ability to be able to do multiple things. Um, if they trade up for Hunter, I mean that'd be cool. But at the end of the day, the bigger issue is that they need a pass rusher, and if you moving up that high, in my opinion, if you moving up that high, you got to go get you a pass rusher at that point. And I think the only person that's worthy of, you know, that I see that's worthy of it is Abdul Carter. Now, I don't know much about Jalen Walker, you know, but I do know that Shamar Stewart guy is all potential for the most part. So I don't know who's worth really jumping up at the edge position. Now, if you're talking about the receiver position, I've heard about that dude from Arizona. He said he don't even like watching film. So he's already not a lion type of guy. Matthew Golden is a guy that you probably can get a little bit later, in the first round, and he's an explosive guy that you can use potentially to replace, um, you know, Travis Hunter. I mean, replace Jameson Williams if you feel that way. But other than that, man, I literally don't know. So I don't. I love to hear y'all guys' comments. In the comment section about if they trade up to 8. I mean, who was there where you like, okay, you know, would Travis Hunter be somebody that might fall? I know he didn't have the best show on some of his route running as a corner, and he came in a little bit heavier than they expected. They expected him to come in lighter, so he had that going for him. So I'm not sure. Honestly, I literally couldn't call it on this one. So the only one I really know is Abdul Carter. And then he also has some questions about his feet, about his foot or something that was out there. So maybe he could slide because of the foot injury a little bit. He could slide to 8. Brad like taking, he like, taking the swing at guys that's injured. But this looks like a trade that could have landed you Miles Garrett if they would have traded Miles Garrett. So I'm pretty sure if you giving up this, there's probably got to be at a position of need. So in the blockbuster, the projected trade, the Lions move up to 8. We are seeing that. That's merely a lot to give up for Lions general bad manager. Holmes' opportunity to acquire a true running mate for Hutchinson. If someone like Jalen Walker or Michael Williams are available, perhaps the Lions defensive front could mimic the Philadelphia Eagles that just won the Super Bowl. So I don't know much about Michael or Miles Williams, whatever the hell his name is. Mike Williams, he's the 19th best prospect on Tankathon. He did have 17 sacks last year, but the year before last, he had 4.5. At Virginia, he had one, but only played 6 games. So I don't know. He had 9 tackles for loss in 23 with 4.5 sacks. He had 23 tackles for loss last year at Marshall and 17 sacks. So maybe it clicked for him. So can't call it, to be honest with you. Can't call it. So Michael Williams from Georgia, he had 5 sacks last year, 4.5 his first 2 years at Georgia, 9 tackles for loss, but he categorized as a linebacker. So I'm really not sure. There was another guy from Florida that somebody had brought up in the comment section. I don't really know what he plays, but let's see. So obviously he don't play defensive line. Oh yeah, I don't know who the kid is now because he's not listed as a linebacker or edge rusher or a defensive lineman. So yeah, I literally don't know who the kid is then. But somebody listed him in there. So let me just take the overall look at the board so I can see anybody from Florida. I see nobody from Florida. Maybe I misread it. So maybe I misread it. I forgot the dude's name. So but ultimately if you're gonna make a trade of that magnitude, to get the 8, yeah, you better, land somebody good. And preferably, I think we all agree you can't move up for a receiver. I think you have to move up either for a tackle that can eventually take over and play left tackle, or it got to be somebody that can get the passer inside or outside. I think it's as simple as that. So, I mean, if they do it, I mean, as long as it work out, I mean, it may be some backlash, but if it work out for them, nobody's going to question them. But, um, to me, it's an interesting move. Um, if they do choose to do it. But if I'm moving up, I got to get the real thing and Abdullah Carter if I'm being real. So, but hey, check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance, get notifications. We go live, drop video. Hit the link in the description. Follow me on X, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Amazon, Kick, Twitch, the whole nine. Appreciate the love and support. Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Peace.